I insulted him back, and I felt like maybe something I said just triggered something in him, and then he gave me a slap. It was a resound slap, but that slap was not as as deep as the second one I got. And that the second one I got was because I said, "How dare you?" And I held my face in my palm like this. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, it is your girl Abiola Kemi Ogunleye, and this is Let's Get Real with Abiola, where we keep it real on lifestyle, faith, family, love, femininity, and we also keep it real on trends. Yes, you can also call me LG Harry Tabiola. On today's edition of Let's Get Real, we are going to keep it real on physical abuse. But before we jump right into the topic, I want to quickly drop a note, which is the subsequent videos that will be released on this channel will be targeting specific abuses, right? Although we will not be able to cover all, but it will be targeting specific abuse. Like after physical abuse, you can see a video on emotional abuse. So it's more or less like a series on abuse, and it's focus wise, right? And also it's a sensitive topic, so I want us to approach this with discretion. Thank you. Okay, so on physical abuse, before I talk in depth about it, I want to take us back to when I was in secondary school, SS1 or SS2. I'm not quite sure of the class, but I never forgot that experience because it was a profound one. Okay, so there's a particular guy, my classmate in school then, and I mean, I was sitting on my own, and then he came and then was jokingly insulting me, and I felt like I took it personal, and I insulted him back, as a joke, So, but I wasn't even the one that took it personal, if you look at it, because it was one that started it with the joke insult, like the insulting me jokingly, and then I had to just do the same at that time. So I insulted him back, and I felt like maybe something I said just triggered something in him, and then he gave me a slap. It was a resound slap, but that slap was not as as deep as the second one I got. And that the second one I got was because I said, "How dare you?" Like I was like, how we used to say, how we used to dare each other. Like you just, something would happen, and then you were like, "I can't believe this person did this." So I think I must have dared him to do it again. How will you do this? Okay, do it again. And he did it, like he gave me another slap again. And I held my face in my palm like this. That a lot. Look at me laughing. Like it's not a joke. Oh, I'm serious. It was actually something that I just now that particular time I felt like crying, but I could not even find tears. I searched for tears in my eyes that day. I couldn't find it. That was how bad it was. I felt pain. I felt disrespected, because I felt like as a lady, I didn't deserve it. I didn't, and it wasn't as if I even started it first. But regardless, I feel like there is no justification to violence. I just got a legit slap, and I just had to start thinking about it. That okay, was it something I said? Is it how I said it? Was I the one that started it first? I was just thinking about it. That, okay, what could have really warranted it? Why did I deserve this? But I just could not pinpoint it, and he didn't even say anything. It was just like, I'll even do it again. Now it was, I'm just wondering how that guy would deal with his relationship if he could do that to me. I was not even his girlfriend. What would he do in his relationship? Physical abuse is an intentional use of force to cause pain, to cause injury, to cause harm on someone else. And the reason why someone would want to do that is probably to create fear, to create a form of dominance, to show that, okay, I am superior. And that is why they would want to do something like that. But I begin to imagine that if I got slapped in the face for something that, even when I try to reminisce it, there's some slap that you will get that you can stay there for like 30 minutes and then you'll be wondering, did I really just get slapped? And then you'll be wondering, did I really say something to deserve it? Because I didn't even start this. You just came and then you slapped me. And then I wonder, how do people really go through life with someone like that? How do you be in relationship? You're not even married to that person yet. How do you be in relationship with someone like that for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or more? Because if you had to go every day or at every point in time that person is angry, the only way they know how to show that they are angry is to slap you, to hit you, to want to cause you harm. And how do you even call that love? How do you say that you love someone and the only reason why and the only way you can show that love is by abusing them physically? Now let's bear in mind that as much as they would want to say they love you, because these people, they can guilt trip you, they can make you feel like you are the one that did something wrong, and then they will start to say that if you had not said this at this particular time, if you had not done this at this particular time, I wouldn't have done this. So you start to even feel like I'm the one that said something that you shouldn't have said. But the truth is, we'll always make each other angry in relationship. Even siblings fight, even families fight. So if you have been in relationship with someone, you're not married to that person, know that in fact, once you even marry yourself, the fight will even happen. It might not happen as frequent as possible, right? But you will always have cause to disagree. Let me not even call it fight now. There will be disagreements because you might really have a stand on something and the person have a different stand on that thing. So these things can happen. So are you saying that every time there's a disagreement, the next thing that should happen is a slap in the face, or some people would even use their belts or use anything. Some people would even use dangerous objects, they will slam it on that person, do whatever it is just to show that they are superior. I don't really like that these things happen. But we don't, this thing is something that begins from one person. It starts from you and I. We can really stop this thing from continuing. And it's a conscious effort. We have to consciously try to change. If you are someone who feels like you're prone to abusing another person, then you are not ready for a relationship. If you are someone who is prone to violating people, using violence on people, on women, you are not. And I'm specifically saying women because as much as even men get abused, this is more on, especially physical abuse, this is more on a woman than a man. So permit me to use more of woman now, because a woman gets to be at the receiving end of a physical abuse than a man. It's very rare. It happens, but it's very rare for you to see a woman beating a man. But you see more of a man abusing a woman. Now, I want to really say that when you know that you're prone to violence, you're prone to doing something like that, you're not ready for a relationship. So you might need to actually go for therapy. You might need to actually consult professionals to get help, rather than letting someone else's daughter be at the receiving end of your own anger, of your own rage, of your own what else will I call it? Because I just cannot make sense of it. Why would you want to do that to someone else? Why would you want to abuse someone? Show off pancreas here, Did they actually give you the cane to whip that person? I don't know if I interpret that thing right, but you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't really need it. A relationship where physical abuse happen, there is tendency that it continues in marriage. And when this continues in marriage, the children get to be witness of it. So they get to see their mother get beaten by their father. And then they feel like, oh, this is supposed to be normal. I mean, they could feel like this is supposed to be normal. And then they grow up, the girl child sees a man beating her as a normal thing. The male child sees beating his own woman as a normal thing. Then you have generations of abusers. Why? Why do we have to pollute the country, or why do we have to pollute a place because of our own inability to exert control? Anger is something that everyone feel, but the way we all approach our anger is different. So to say that you are someone that you get easily angry, and you feel like that is you could even get easily angry, but when you are angry, what do? Do you use that as a means to beat your woman? That is not an excuse. We really need to actually cause a change. Physical abuse victims, they face a lot of things. They can be emotionally traumatized. They can lose their self-esteem. They can, I mean, and any form of violence around them triggers the memory. Being in a relationship with someone in the bid to help them is not okay. If you want to help someone, you don't have to be in relationship with them. I can help you without being your spouse. Do I have to be the one to be, why do I have to be a punching bag of another person's anger just because I want to help them? And at times, one of the reasons why some people don't leave a physical abusive relationship is because of, maybe because of the things they get, like the special things they get, like maybe they get surprises or gifts, or they depend on that person financially in, or other things that they actually see in that relationship, and they feel like, oh, okay, if he's just beating me, I can live with that. You cannot live with anything. Do you want to live your life and constantly trying to censor your words? It's okay when you don't say things that would cause you to make your spouse angry. But if you cannot freely express yourself to your partner without getting slapped in the face, how long do you want to continue? How long do you want to continue? So I'm saying that if you are in a relationship where you're being abused, this is your cue to find help. If you find it difficult to leave that person, pray to God and ask God to direct you on who to talk to, because you actually need someone to talk to. If you feel like you don't want to tell anybody, take the bold step to leave that relationship. Take that. It's courage. You are being courageous. To leave a relationship is courage. Even the one that is not even abuse prone self. To leave any relationship takes courage, but you have to leave. If you need to close your eyes and say, okay, I don't want to be distracted, I don't want to be tempted by, okay, he's rich, he's handsome, he's fine, he's caring. Someone that is caring will not beat you. Someone that is caring will not abuse you. Someone that is caring will not torment you. They will not want to really show that. Part of being a man does not necessarily mean that you have to abuse your woman. Part of being a man is knowing is knowing how to level up with your woman. Understand your woman. You don't you if you know you're quick to anger, you will not marry someone that their mouth is sharp. If you know you get easily angry, you should be careful who you get married to. You should be careful who you get into relationship with. You can't just be in relationship with someone that would that can easily say something that would make you angry. And aside that self, if you are someone who easily get angry, look for another way to show that you're angry. You don't have to beat someone else's daughter, or you don't have to even treat it with violence, regardless of who it is itself, not even just your spouse. You don't have to be violent about showing your anger. You can easily walk out. You can easily just avoid that particular time until when you're calm. When you're calm, you can now come back to that person and say, I did not like what you say. What you said is very rude. What you said is very disrespectful. I don't like it. But you can show that you are angry without violence. When you love yourself enough, you would raise yourself so high that abusing you is not going to be it's not going to be on the table of what of the it's not going to be part of the offering in that relationship. When you raise yourself so high, you raise your bar so high, when you love yourself enough, even if you perhaps meet an abuser, you would not stay in that relationship. And I get that there are things you benefit from that relationship. There are maybe financial needs that are met in that relationship. Maybe there are comfort needs that you get someone you can talk to, someone you can relate with. But what about a person that will respect you? When a person respects you, they would not abuse you. You care for someone and you say you love them, you will not abuse them. You have to start seeing yourself as an important person, as someone that is loved, because God loves you. Even if no one else in the world loves you, God loves you. God cares for you. And you also need to find strength as you wait for the right person that will not in turn abuse you. I pray that God cause a shift in your mindset and help you to see that whatever abusive relation, whatever abuse you're going through, physical abuse you're going through, is not God's purpose for you, and that you need to leave. I pray that God gives you the courage to leave, and that as you leave that relationship, as you take the bold steps to leave that relationship, God causes people around you, makes place people around you that would help you leave that phase, help you see life for what it is and not just for the trauma that you're faced. I also pray that God directs your path to that person that will love you, care for you, shower you with much adoration, and just make you feel on top of the world, make you constantly thank him that I didn't think this could be possible. That kind of love that you would experience, that would make you constantly be grateful to God. God would cause that person to be in your life. And I pray that everything works together for your good. And if you're an abuser, I pray that God directs your path to change. I pray that you become a better person and that you find the courage to seek help, to treat that person that you claim to love with more respect, and to stop abusing that person. Yes, that is where we're going to stop on today's edition of Let's Get Real, and specifically physical abuse. So I see you next time on another edition of Abuse. Stay enlightened, stay real, and stay positive. Bye bye.